Hello! Today we're going to do a lot of stuff on our tummy, and there's something we haven't done, and I bet you've all been if you've been watching regularly, you've been thinking, this is way better Pilates than I've known for ages. We've been skipping the plank, so definitely time to sneak the plank in. So we're going to do, for those of you who come to my classes regularly, exercises will be really familiar to you, working through the back, through the spine. So it'll be the thoracic, which is the top of the back, lumbar, and down into the sacrum. And then that thing that you all love so much, the plank. So let's start by the usual thing. Always have to just run through the housekeeping sort of rules. It isn't really housekeeping, but safety rules. And that is, please, always on a flat surface, not the bed. And if you're not feeling 100%, please don't work out today. If you feel any pain at any stage, please stop immediately. And look after your body. You might want, we always go through this, a sponge, quite nice on with the plank. You might want 2 towels or sponges or cushions just to go under your elbows when we come to the plank. So let's start. Warm up if you like on day 2 or video 2. That's not a bad idea, especially when we're starting to do things with the spine. So a few roll downs, really a good idea. I'm going to start on the tummy. So lying down on your tummy with your forehead onto your hands. And just to start with, we'll work the glutes. So forehead to the hands and just lifting alternate legs. Breathe out to lift and in to lower. So we're just going from side to side, lifting and lowering. You'll feel it in the glutes. Make sure your toes are pulled up towards you. Make sure you're keeping your hips into the mat and not rolling from side to side. Those of you who've got a little bit more back strength, or core strength probably I should say, no back issues, lift both legs together, breathing out and breathing in. So you're using your abs, you're using your glutes tighten, they do the work, not the back. If this feels too much for you, or you've had any recent back injury, you're going to go back to singles, your choice entirely. Breathing out to lift and into low. We'll do 4 more of these. And last one coming up now. And now I'd like you all to go back to singles, breathing out to lift and into lower. And we're going to lift the opposite arm. I'm just going to turn to the side a little bit so you can see. So we're going to take a breath in, breathe out, lift, breathe into lower, change sides. We're going to go from side to side, breathing out to lift, into lower. And now if you're able to lift both heels together, you might lift both legs, both arms. Breathe out to lift and into lower. We're going to do 8 more of these. That's quite tough. If you feel it's too much, you stop. 3 more. So please listen to your body and stop if you need to. Last one, breathing in to prepare, out to lift and bring it down. Just walk the hands in towards your knees, and we're going to sit back into a stretch, just into child's pose, just to stretch that out a little bit. I can't actually manage to sit onto my haunches, but most people can. My knees, for some reason, won't let me. Just sit back as far as you can. Come back down onto your tummy. We're going to add to that last one. So some of you are going with singles. So if you're going with singles, we're going to take a breath in, breathe out, lift, and pull the elbow to the waist. Hand back to the forehead and down and swap. Breathe out, pull the elbow to the waist, breathe in. What tends to happen sometimes with this is that people are very tempted to look to see where the elbow is going. Please try and just keep looking to your hand and just keep the elbow bent as you pull it back. Bring the hand back to the forehead and relax down. Breathe out. And of course, those of you who have the core strength and nice strong backs, you could lift both and pull back, breathing out and breathing in. Going to do 4 more of these. So if you prefer to keep going with single, that's absolutely fine. 3 to go. And last 2. Pull back and down. Always bringing the hands back to the forehead before you lower down. Excellent. And sit back into a stretch. So you're just going to do that child's pose stretch again. Sitting back, hands forwards, pushing the hips back. And back down onto your tummy. So now we're going to start with the upper back, thoracic. So for this, elbows out wide in line with your shoulders, And you're going to just be looking to the floor. Take a breath in as you breathe out. Lift up, slide the shoulders down towards your waist. Hopefully feeling this right across the top bit of your back, sort of just between the shoulder blades, perhaps a little fraction lower than that. Holding, take a breath in and breathe out to lower down. So push them, lengthen through the neck as you do this. So you're not looking up, you're pushing the head forwards, away from the shoulders and sliding the shoulders down towards your waist. Take a breath in and hold. And breathe out to lower down. Breathe in and do nothing. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in and hold. Slide those shoulders. Push the head forwards. Take a breath in. And breathe out to lower down. One more. Breathing in to prepare. Breathe out, lift and slide. Breathe in and hold. And breathe out to lower down. Excellent. From here, take your arms above your head. And we're just going to keep the head in line with the spine, nose about an inch off the floor, and lift alternate opposite arm and opposite leg. Breathe out, toes are pointing away on this one. Breathe out to extend, breathe in to lower down. Now you can keep going with this, or you might lift both arms and both legs, just keeping the head in exactly the same position. So the glutes are tightening, the abs are working, but the head isn't moving. The neck is staying in line with the spine all the time. Breathing out, I'm just doing alternates, so I'm doing some single lift and lower. For some of you that might be kinder on the back, or you're going to do doubles, breathing out to lift and into lower. And what you might be able to do now for those who are doing doubles is a little swim. So you're either going to keep going with just a single lift and lower, or you're going to go breathe out, swim, 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 and breathe in to relax down. And breathe in. We'll do 4 more. So you either just keep going with alternates and down. And 2 more here, using those core muscles. And down, and 1 more. And bring it down. And sit back into a stretch. Hips are back, hands are forward, stretch it out. Okay, and now from here, back down onto your tummy, and we're going to work from the top bit of the back. We'll bring it down to the lumbar spine, so right into the small of your back here. And for this, elbows are tightly into your waist. This is if your back is absolutely fine. If you have any back issues, take the hands or the elbows further away from you. So essentially what we're going to do is be lifting up, keeping the elbows to the floor to start with, and sliding the shoulders and looking straight ahead. For those of you who have no back issues whatsoever, elbows into the waist, hands sort of in line with your face. I'm going to lift up, so you're just onto your forearms. Hold here, look ahead, slide the shoulders. And now, if you feel able, come up onto your hands, drop the shoulders, and look straight ahead. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, slowly, slowly start to lower back down. Breathe in to prepare. Should be feeling this across the small of the back. As you breathe out, lift and back up and up a little bit higher, dropping the shoulders, looking ahead, pulling in with the abs, tightening the glutes. Breathe in and hold. Push up a little bit more through your hands, and then slowly back down. Take a breath in and breathe out and lift. Look ahead, slide, breathe in and hold, and breathe out to lower down. Breathe in to prepare. So again, if you're starting to feel this is too much or you're starting to tire through your back, please stop. As long as you're feeling comfortable with this, you can keep going for 4 more. But if it's starting to make your back feel uncomfortable, then it's a good idea just to stop and sit back into child's pose, or you can come up onto your hands and knees and just push your spine up to the ceiling. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out to lift. I'm making this the last. I don't know if perhaps there's one more to go, but we'll make this the last. Excellent. And just come down onto your hands. And now up onto your hands and knees and push your spine up to the ceiling. Pull your tummy back and tighten up to the spine. And release. And now back down, perhaps sit into a child's pose first of all. Sit back into that. And we'll come back down onto your tummy, and it's into the sacrum on this one. So for this, that's right down, so almost into your bottom. It's the very last part of your spine. Hands forwards and together. and looking to the floor to start with. Start to walk the elbows in. Now some of you, if you're very tight through your back, this is as far as you might be able to go. You might think, oh, I can't lift up any higher, but otherwise you might be able to keep walking the hands in and even come up off the elbows and onto your hands. And this time look up to the ceiling. Drop the shoulders, tighten the glutes, pull in with the abs, take a breath in and hold, and breathe out, walk it away. So breathing in to prepare, and breathe out, walk the hands in, and look up. So just to where you feel you're comfortable with. If your back's very stiff, you might find that with a few of these you can walk a little bit closer each time, and that's great if you can. Take a breath in, and breathe out, walk it up, look up to the ceiling, breathe in and hold, and breathe out. 2 more. Walking, holding the hips into the floor. Be careful not to let the hips lift. Really important to keep the hips into the mat. As the hips lift, it's going to put a lot of strain through your back. Last one, take a breath in and breathe out. Walk it in and walk it in. Excellent. Shoulders are down, looking up to the ceiling. Take a breath in and breathe out to walk it away. And we're going to sit back into a stretch now. So a little stretch before the real fun begins. Sitting back. And now it's the 100. And there are going to be various things that you can do with the 100. So I'm going to show you as we're doing it. So we're going to hold for a minute. Some of you might like to hold for 10 seconds and then relax down. Your choice. I'm going to take it. Oh, I better get my watch off so I can see a minute. So when you're ready, steady, lift. Actually, I can't even see the second hand of my watch. So holding here, pushing the heels back to the back of the room. Oh yes, I can just. So you can either just hold here, and that's great. You might want to do arm raises. You could do 4 to one side and 4 to the other. You might want to just be holding, and that's fine. You might want to do a 10-second lift and then 10 seconds down. That's 10 seconds we've done. You could do leg raises. So lifting alternate legs, that actually eases it. Okay, it's ready to lift back up again if you're doing 10, actually, because we've nearly done about 30. So you could do alternate leg raises, why not? Or you can just hold the plank. Sometimes to do leg raises or arms out actually helps. It sort of takes your mind off the fact that it's pretty tough work on the abs. As long as it's the abs you're feeling it and not the back. Try not to let the hips drop down. Be aware of keeping the hips in line with the shoulders. And also try not to let the hips lift up. You want to keep them there. So we've got, I reckon, although my eyesight isn't brill, I reckon another 10 seconds, and I think that might have been a bit over the minute, which is great. Okay, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring the knees to the floor. Sit back into a stretch. Well done. And from here, up to sitting. And I should have my glasses on because I couldn't really see. I was totally making that up. Up to sitting, and just roll the shoulders up to your ears and slide them down. And if you feel like going back to yesterday's video, I must work out what number that was, then that would be your cool down. So thank you very much, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Maybe in the flesh one of these days. Thanks a lot. Bye.